So implementation of either one would require a ridiculous amount of effort. An exotic matter that we don't even know if it exists, and trying to make like the wormhole slash object go with the speed of light. Jesus.
バカらしいと最初に言った理由は分かってもらえましたか？タイムトラベルの理論はどれも思考実験です。それらの理論からでは実際にタイムマシンを作ることはできないということ。それが私からの回答です。
もっと簡単なものはないんですか？例えば机の引き出しを開けるだけで使えるものとか。
ないですね。
A firm declaration.
結局、現代の物理学じゃそこが限界。10年後にはどうなってるか分かりませんが。それに、仮にもっと簡単に過去へ行ける方法が発見されたとしても、実際に行けるとは限らない。因果率に関する根本的な問題が解決されていませんから。
The principle of causality. Scientific and philosophical principle that states that every event has a cause, and it is by that cause that an effect is produced. The theory of relativity is founded upon this principle. However, quantum physicists have observed microscale phenomena that do not appear to obey the principle of causality. Yeah, quantum physics is a little bit of a quirky side of science, that's for sure.
タイムパラドックス。質量保存の法則?
The mass of the entire universe is constant. If a time machine traveled from the future to the past, there would suddenly be the extra mass of the time machine and its pilot in the past. I remember reading in a book, not a terribly reputable book, but still, that such a violation of mass conservation would put the universe in danger. It didn't say what kind of danger, though.
質量保存の法則を宇宙のようなマクロレベル、あるいは原子や素粒子などのミクロレベルの仕組みに当てはめるのは誤りです。
What? Is that true? Ah. She's laughing at my reaction! That little... Gah, how mortifying.
あれは化学反応に対する法則でしかないから。現代物理学においては全く成立しない。無から有は生み出せますから。
Wow. That's pretty amazing.
では、何が問題となるのかね。
タイムパラドックスはタイムパラドックスでも、親殺しのパラドックスの方です。
Oh, that thing where you kill your own ancestors before you were born?
そのパラドックスの解が導き出されない限り、タイムトラベルは実現できない。絶対に。
殺さなければいいんじゃないの？
そんな単純な問題じゃありません。SF 映画と同じように考えるのはとても危険です。あなたが消えるだけじゃ済まされない。
Really? It doesn't seem that dangerous.
矛盾が生じることは因果率の崩壊、相対性理論の崩壊、さらにはこの世のすべての物理法則の崩壊を意味するのよ。パラドックスは理論上の思考実験に過ぎない。現実に起きることはないし、起きてはいけないことなんです。
I mean, again, gonna apply some of my pleb noob commentary right over here about science, and you guys can correct me on this one. This sort of argument that she's offering right over here would be in the argument of how the timeline is a fixed thing, where usually you'd have like one past and one future, which would be completely different from the kind of theory that if you go back in time, you change something and then you try to go back in the future. You're not gonna go back to the future of the timeline that you were previously in, but you're still gonna be in the timeline of the world in which you changed the thing. So I feel like this, like in that kind of thing, paradoxes don't really matter, do they? Like, you change one thing, you change the future of that world. It doesn't necessarily mean like in her case, however, if you were to change something, it would contradict with the future of of your own world that you're trying to change. I mean, the point of time traveling would be to change something, which technically mean it would be impossible, and thus it would create like a paradox that could just destroy the universe or something like that. So
だからたとえ 0.00001% でも起きる可能性のあるどんな行動も絶対に実行には移せない。そう考える方が自然じゃないですか？多世界解釈や自己無矛盾の原理っていう抜け道もありますが、個人的にはファンタジーすぎると思うので認めたくないですね。
So, like in the example that I was offering, it is a case of how no matter what you do in the past as you time travel, your changes have already been made, so it's kind of pointless to do so. Like, your changes are what made the future of your world the way it is. I grind my teeth. When I see Makise Kurisu looking at me with her composed expression, I avert my eyes. Looks like I have no choice but to concede. Makise Kurisu truly is a genius! I ended up listening to all of Kurisu's lecture at ATF. After the two time travel theories she introduced at the beginning, she explained the rest with equal eloquence. She seemed a little nervous at first, but that quickly changed as she spoke. By the end, it was an impressive lecture. So impressive that you wouldn't think it was an 18-year-old's first time. Probably not, more than likely. Actually, haven't we read about that in like a magazine or something like that? She did well to respond to my malicious questions with sarcasm. She's got guts. Wait, why am I praising her? Leaving that aside, I saw Makise Kurisu dead. And yet she is alive. My memories don't mesh with the reality. And not just about Kurisu. My conversations with Daru and Mayuri didn't make sense either. And everything would be solved if I just told myself that what I saw was a dream. An illusion. It never happened. But never say never. And this leaves me with no choice. After parting ways with Daru at ATF, I head to Yanabayashi Shrine. I need to get exorcised. Okay, I seriously doubt that the Makise Kurisu at ATF was a ghost. Regardless, it's natural to seek an exorcism after such an experience. I am Japanese, it's in our blood. Yanabayashi Shrine is located on the other side of the Kanda River. To find it, enter the first side road after crossing Manseibashi Bridge. It's a very small shrine that doesn't fit with the surrounding multi-tenant buildings. Kanda Myojin is the more famous shrine in Akiba. But I deliberately chose this one. The shrine is so small, you could easily miss it if you weren't looking. Regardless, I can hear the chirping of cicadas from the few trees growing here. There are two girls standing in front of the main building. One of them is Mayuri. The other is a docile-looking beauty in traditional Miko attire. Okay? Shrine maidens, priestesses in the Shinto religion. Miko typically dress in a white kimono with a red hakama or skirt. Their role is to assist priests with performing rituals and events. Urushibara Luka. Hey, I think I heard that name. A stunning example of feminine charm and grace. Are they sisters? Wait. I don't think so. Hold on a second. Like, given by their name. Kurushibara, Luka. No, I think that's... Yeah, they're I don't think they're related. Or maybe they're cousins, maybe. I don't know. The essence of Japanese beauty. The chief priest's son. That's right. Son. Oh. Lovely neighbor way. But he is a guy. Okay.
岡部さん、こんにちは。
Alright. Good day to you. He bows, he said. The voice of a girl. The mannerisms of a girl. More feminine than any girl I know. But he is a guy. You must feel so confused, Rintaro. Taller than Mayuri, yet oh so slender. But he is a guy. He looks stunning in Miko robes. But he is a guy. Holding a bamboo broom, apparently in the middle of cleaning. But he is a guy. It's almost evening. It's still hot as hell outside. But he's a guy. I think we broke Rintaro. Damn cicadas won't shut up. But he's a guy.
ルカ子よ。お前、俺が与えた刀はどうした？
He's a friend of mine. I call him Lukako. We met when I rescued him from some negative photographers in Akiba's pedestrian heaven. Some neighborhoods of Tokyo, such as Akihabara, close major streets on busy shopping days. This effectively turns the street into one big sidewalk, facilitating pedestrian access. Okay. It also so happens that Lukako and Mayuri are classmates. I learned that fact after I had gotten to know him. Lukako is taken aback by my sharp question. He starts fidgeting with a flushed face and tears in his eyes.
妖刀さみだれのことですよね。
そうだ。あれはお前の力を制御するために買ってやったのだぞ。
ああ、秋葉の武器屋本舗で買ったやつでしょ。980円だっけ。
Blade Works. One of several stores in Akihabara that sells replica weapons. Items include Japanese Sengoku period swords, European middle-aged swords, and knight armor. Cool.
マユリ、それ以上言うと奴らに消されるぞ。この件については口を出すな。
消されちゃうの？おかり、心配してくれてありがとう。でも、奴らって誰かな？
I ignore Mayuri's question.
それでルカ子よ。妖刀さみだれはちゃんと使っているのか？
はい。1日1回は素振りを。
あれを持ち、精神ざんまりを極めさえすれば、お前は己の内にある邪悪な炎に焼かれずに済む。
Demon sword Samidare may be an imitation sword, but that is only the form he takes to hide from the world. When one worthy to wield it appears, it unleashes its true power. And it was on sale for only 980 yen, tax included.
あんな素敵なものをプレゼントしてもらえて、岡部さんには感謝しています。
Best 980 yen spent ever.
俺は岡部ではない。
It's Hoin Kyoma!
おかりんだよ。ごめんなさい、京馬さん。
分かればいいのだ。では合言葉を。
エルブサイコンガリュ
違う、コンガリュウではなくコングルーだ。
What in the world is that?
エルブサイコングル
Like we heard that before.
これでいいですか？
Lukako smiles happily as I nod.
ありがとうございます。
Such a lovely smile. But he is a guy. I knew he was gonna say that.
美しい師弟関係だね。へへへ。マユシーは不女子じゃないけど、ちょっとドキドキしてきちゃうよ。
A term for female otaku with a particular interest in yaoi, or works of fiction that depict homosexual relationships between men. Does not apply to female otaku in general.
まゆりちゃん、変な想像しないで。
Jeez. Now we do have a master-disciple relationship. I, Hoin Kyoma, have gone to great lengths to teach Lukaku about the evil conspiracies that rule the world, and how to resist them. That stuff about demon swords Samitare is part of that training. Looks aside, Lukaku is very obedient and hardworking. Plus, he's always eager to learn new things. A master couldn't ask for a better disciple. Though he does have the weaknesses of not catching on too quickly and being too shy.
それで、なぜマユリはここにいる？
ルカ君に会いに来たんだよ。来月のコミマでライネットのキラリちゃんコスをしてほしいってずっと頼んでるのに、ちっとも OK してくれないんだよ。
Komima? Kirari-chan? Let's see. Okay, so there are two. I don't want to forget. Comic Giga Market. A massive otaku event held twice a year at Tokyo Big Sight. Every Kamima, thousands of artists gather to sell their creations, which range from erotic manga based on popular anime to original figures, music, and games. The next Kamima will be held on August 15th. Nice. The heroine of Rainet Kakeru. Her full name is Nishimura Kirari. She's a smart and athletic girl in 5th grade. She's also cute and has a good personality. Basically the perfect girl. Passionate about fashion. Hates mushrooms.
だってコスプレするなんて僕恥ずかしいよ。でもルカ君は絶対似合うと思うんだ。こんな可愛い子が女の子のはずがないって大人気になるよ。ねえ、しようよコスプレデビュー。
You know, true enough, I do hear this kind of phrasing, like, even in current day as well. It is an unwritten rule to use this phrase whenever you see someone who looks like a cute girl but is either of unspecified gender or actually a boy. This expression is also used sarcastically with boyish-looking girls. In fact, wasn't there like a very popular anime with this kind of titling? My sister can't be this cute or something like that? I don't know. Mayuri's hobby is making costumes. She's made at least 30 so far, but it's rare for her to wear one herself. Instead, she seems to get her kicks from seeing other people wear them. And it looks like she's chosen Lukaku as her next target. Naturally, the costume Mayuri is currently raving about is for a female character. Normally, I would understand why a man wouldn't want to dress like a girl. But come on. Lukaku has no problem wearing Miko robes. Why should cosplay be any different? But whatever. I have business to take care of. Well, you know, that's an interesting point. Can't say that I know very much about Shinto religion and the way priests work, but do only female priestesses work for the Shinto priest? Like the Mikos and such, the priestesses? Because if there are like men working as well, what kind of attire do they wear? Do they actually wear the same kind of attire? Like the white with the red skirt? I don't know.
そんなくだらないことは後でやるんだな。
マユシーにとっては大事なことだもん。
俺にとってはくだらないことなのだ。それよりルカ子よ、俺がこの神社を訪ねたのは他でもない。お祓いを頼みたいのだが、やってもらえないだろうか。
お祓いですか？だったらお父さんに。
いや、そこまで大げさにしなくていい。気休めでいいのだ。
Yeah. We have a serious case of time travel shenanigans that is happening right now and will surely happen a lot in the future. Can you maybe do something to ease our future pain or something like that? I don't know. Like, I did the time traveling like so much in the past. It's not something that I can easily explain it. I just do it. But nonetheless, it doesn't mean that it's always an easy thing to do.
というわけで、例のあれを持ってこい。
例のあれと言いますと、サミダレですか？
違う。お祓いに用途は必要ないだろう。お祓いと言ったらあれに決まっている。正式な名称はわからんが、棒に白い紙がふさふさとついていて、神主がわさわさと振るやつだ。
Oh, I know what you mean. Although I don't remember the name of it.
今のオカリンの説明、ゆとりっぽいね。
Quite a shock to hear that from Mayuri. She is a very honest girl.
あ、おほぬさですね。でも、お父さん貸してくれるかな。
A wand that is carried by a Shinto priest, adorned with shide paper. It is used in blessing rituals to ward off evil spirits.
ちょっと聞いてきます。
Like, correct me if I'm wrong, and this is more of a thing that I think he was in Higurashi, and some of you more than likely have read that. You know, those of you who are watching this. Like, in Higurashi, Rika is a Shinto priestess, and she does the ritual stuff like each year at the Watanagashi festival, which I think what it includes using this kind of stick on like the mattresses. Like, the mattresses are brought to the ritual event to clean the mattresses, as if warding off the evil, like cleaning the sins of the people, of the villagers in that year, to clean them off. And then you bring like the cotton to the river to wash off the sin, to finish the process. So you would use like one of those wands to beat the mattresses, like beat the sins off of them. Off of the mattresses, not the villagers. Although it would be quite something. I think... Meanwhile, Mayuri takes her pocket watch out of her bag to check the time. It's a very old watch, but not the sort you'd expect a high school girl to carry. Whoa. Okay, that actually looks sick. That actually looks cool. Its name is Pocketing. Very fitting. You know, maybe I should get like one of these for myself. Ever since elementary school, Mayuri has carried Pocketing with her everywhere. It's our most important treasure.
じゃあ、マユシーはこれからバイトだからもう行くね。
そうか、頑張ってこい。バイトが終わったら直接帰るのか？
Mayuri lives in Ikebukuro. She comes to Akiba by train just about every day. It should be obvious since we're childhood friends and all, but I live in Ikebukuro too. Though I've been staying at the lab since summer break.
というわけで、また明日ね。
Alright, bye. I call Mayuri to stop before she trots off.
マユリ、お前はあの時 ラジカンで男の悲鳴を聞いたよな。
悲鳴？
Mayuri blinks several times and puts her finger to her temple as if in thought. And then she gives her usual smile.
それっていつのこと？
今日の昼だ。
聞いてないかな。
そうか。
Nah, she wouldn't.
わかった。だったらいい。
変なおかり。じゃあね、トゥットゥルー。
Mayuri leaves, this time for good. Though she pauses to wave at least a half dozen times before disappearing before the archway.
岡部さん、お待たせしました。
Lukaku returns shortly after Mayuri leaves. In his hands is the white zigzaggy thingy I asked for.
借りることができました。よかったです。あれ？まゆりちゃんは帰ったんですか？
まゆりはどうでもいいから、今すぐお祓いを始めるのだ、ルカ子よ。
はい。僕でいいんでしょうか。そもそも何に対するお祓いを？
Lukaku is flustered. Is he really up to this? I'm beginning to doubt. I should have known better. The instant doubt touches my heart, a terrible chill shoots up my spine. Alright, well, all you gotta do is believe. Believe in Lukaku.
俺に取り付いた悪霊が。
Oh god! He has caught on with Rintaro. I grab my violently shaking wrist.
静まれ、悪霊よ。急げ、ルカ子。このままでは俺は乗っ取られる。
Alright, well, here's another side effect of being a Chinibyo. Being possessed by devils on a daily basis, I guess. Lukaku, you gotta hurry!
そんな。岡部さん、しっかりしてください。
俺は岡部さんではない。
We're being hunted by the devil of time travel!
すいません、京馬さん。でも僕、どうしたら？
My god, no wonder I have been through like so many adventures that have time travel. I have been cursed for a very long time, and I wasn't even aware of it.
お祓いを急げ。この前教えた通りにやればいい。
はい。
With a serious look on his face, Lukaku grasps the Onusa with both hands as if it were a sword. His stance is impressive. I've taught him well. His face is red, and he can barely talk. It looks like he wants to say something, but is hesitating. Panicking because he feels awkward? Amateur.
頼む。悪霊を俺の中から追い出してくれ。俺はお前を殺したくない。
Lukaku starts crying. Looks like he is really worried. Reason tells me he's a guy, but his lovely appearance makes me feel guilty. Like I made a good frail girl cry. I mean, seriously. But despite the tears welling up in his eyes, it looks like Lukaku's managed to work up his resolve.
悪霊よ。
He raises the Unusa up high, shaking it left and right.
岡部、じゃなくて、京馬さんから出て行ってください。
おい、いいぞ。そのまま俺の腕にふさふさを当てろ。
The tip of the Unasa touches my upper arm. In an enemy, this would be the cue for some dramatic shockwave to occur. But nothing like that happens. The only sound is the chirping of cicadas.
どうですか？
I take a deep breath. The trembling in my arm has stopped.
大丈夫だ。悪霊は去ったようだ。よくやったな、ルカ子。
Lukako sighs in relief and blushes.
お役に立ててよかったです。
His shy smile really does make him look like a girl. But he is a guy. No? Okay, I was expecting that last reaction from Rintaro, but okay. After I get back to the lab, I take the broken TV down to the Brown Tube workshop for repairs. Alright. Daru and Mayuri have already gone home, so I have to carry the TV down the narrow staircase by myself. It's brutal, back-breaking work, but I manage. Well, we exorcised the demon, for now. In similar fashion to how murder mysteries always follows detectives in their stories, whether they want to or not. The devil of time travel will always follow us, I guess. I push the workshop door open with my hips and enter inside. The room is dimly lit by the setting sun, but the gloom is offset by the glare from the gigantic CRT in the center of the room. A 42-inch CRT television. It doesn't seem like something you could get anymore in Japan. With LCD TVs becoming the new standard, I seriously doubt anyone would want a bulky old CRT. Oh. Hello there. Sitting in front of the huge CRT is an equally huge man reading a sports newspaper. He's the workshop's manager, actually the owner of this whole building, Tenoji Yugo. I call him Mr. Braun. Hey, Braun. It's a fitting name for someone who loves Braun tubes.
どうしたもこうしたもないですよ。あなたからもらったテレビが壊れた。
おめえ、俺のブラウン管を乱暴に扱いやがったな。
I barely managed to set the heavy TV on the counter.
愛が足りねえんだよ、愛が。
A muscle-bound bald guy talking about love. Sends shivers down my spine.
修理をお願いしたい。最優先だ。
相変わらず変な話し方だな、おめえって。
Oh. Mr. Braun begins investigating a case. Mr. Braun begins investigating the cause of the problem. With nothing better to do, I look around the store. Alright. Let's see. He got mail. Hold on. This is the one that I replied to. Okay, let's pay close attention to this. Lupa is super popular, you know. Even more popular than the hero, Kakeru-kun. So cute, I want to collect them all. It's like how you used to collect black fingerless gloves, remember? Wait, hold on. Attachments? Oh. She sent me like some attachments. Received 2 UPA wallpapers. Okay. Wait, hold on. Let me see about this. I have no idea who that is. I don't watch bad anime. No. Okay, so we can go back and reply to something else. It's like how you used to collect black fingerless gloves, remember? Okay, these are like the same. Okay. Indeed. But you must never speak of that to anyone else. It was necessary to seal the abomination like dormant in this right arm of mine. Okay, so, you know, the evil spirit in the right arm of Oh Inkyoma! It's a reoccurring thing, I guess. Well, I guess it is typical of Chinibyo style characters. It is either an arm or like one of the eyes. Reasons why some of them wear like the eye patch thing. I'm gonna reply to this one. I don't know if it's just the dust hanging in the air, but something feels stagnant about this place. Christ. At some point, all these TVs are gonna open up and like they are gonna turn on, and we're gonna see something Persona related, no doubt. There are CRT screens everywhere. The haphazard layout makes them seem like junk, but they're all functional, according to Mr. Braun. He's got a full range of both old and new. Some of them are probably older than me. There are even some flat screen and HD CRTs that came out just before the LCDs took the market.
今日は遅くまでやっているんですね。普通だったら夜7時には店じまいでしょ。
The crowds in Akiba thin quickly at night. All the major electronic stores close around 8 or 9 o'clock. And then, as if the liveliness of the day was simply a lie, the town goes silent.
今日はこれから客が来るんでな。
客？例の小動物ですか？
Chipmunk?
おめえな、俺の愛しい娘を小動物呼ばわりするんじゃねえ。
The manager glares at me and takes a photo from his wallet. It is a picture of a young girl, shyly making a peace sign at the camera. Oh boy, are you gonna show us the picture of your baby daughter and praise her? Which, when I see something like that, it always reminds me of Full Metal Alchemist and the best dad in the world. One might assume this muscle-bound man to be some kind of pervert, but the girl is actually his daughter. She's about 12 years old now, I think. Which, if I'm to talk about Full Metal Alchemist, go figure that in that series you have like the best father ever, and there's also another character that is the worst father in anime history. For those who know, will know. His love for her is second only to his love for CRTs. Or was it the other way around? I see her in the store every now and again. What was her name again?
ないに手出したらぶっ殺すからな。
Yeah. Ah, that's it. Nae. A rare name that means to braid. She pops up at the store now and again, so we've interacted with her before. And by we, I mean Mayuri, since she's the only one Nae gets along with. Nae always hides when she sees me or Daru. Gee, she's hiding from you, I wonder why. I must admit, I'm impressed she can sense my aura of blackness at such an early age. Oh, you're not making it, you're not hiding it well to begin with. Mr. Braun makes a grandiose kissing gesture at his daughter's photo. Once again, shivers down my spine.
しかし、娘以外でこの工房に客が来ることがあるんですか？
I've been renting the second floor for about 6 months, but I don't recall ever seeing a customer. I would be surprised if this place were actually making any money.
客っつうかなんつうか。
He puts away the photo and goes back to checking the TV, leaving me with that vague answer.
ああ、これは多分基盤のハンダ浮きだな。直せろぜ。
そうですか。ではよろしく。
待ってろ。見積書作ってやる。
金を取るのか？
当たり前だろ。払わねえつもりだったのか。
このテレビはあなたからもらったものだぞ。
だからなんだよ。アフターサービスまでタダでやってやるとは言ってねえぜ。
おのれ。自分を間近のオンボロを押し付けておいてその言い草とは。
Rintaro, I think this is a losing battle nonetheless. You are the overlord of the underworld or something like that, but he is a muscle man with a deep love for his daughter, so I don't think he can compete with that.
うるせえな。だったら人ってやってもいいんだぞ。家電リサイクル法で回収費ももらうけどな。
横暴だぞ。人類史の未来を変えるやもしれぬ男からたかろうとは。
ああ？それ誰のことだ？
俺のことに決まっているでしょ。
歯磨いて寝ろよガキ。 そもそも2階をただ同然で貸してやってるこの俺にそういうこと言うとはいい度胸だな。
True.
修理代は弾もう、ミスター・ブラウン。
In the end, I am no match for him. Just then, I hear the door open. I look up to see that a girl has entered the store. She's wearing a vintage jacket and tight shorts that highlight her long limbs and athletic figure. I find myself particularly impressed by her well-defined thighs. Oh, of course, you do. Suddenly, time stops. The world. Where is that coming from? The power to stop time. Of course. I don't think I even need to read the rest of this. This is a JoJo's reference. It feels like someone activated the world.
あれ
The girl is still standing there with her arm in the air. Her smile gradually fades into confusion. What kind of reaction was she hoping for? Seriously. She could be a cosmic string or a wormhole herself. She could be the source of all these time-traveling shenanigans. She's a demon! Oh, Inkyowa, what are we gonna do about her? Anyway, is she the person Mr. Braun was expecting? Definitely not Mr. Braun's daughter, that's for sure. She definitely seems older than 12. Maybe she's someone he knows personally. Another daughter? Or dare I say, his girlfriend? Is she above 20? She finally drops her pose and clears her throat.
さっき電話したアマネです。
And just like that, time starts moving again.
ああ、バイトの面接したいって子な。俺が店長の天王寺だ。
バイトの面接だと？こんな若い女性が？この新規臭くておしゃれ感ゼロで繁盛もしておらず無才おっさんが店長のブラウン管工房にバイト希望だというのか？
Hey, a job is a job.
おめえ、来月から2階の家賃1000円増しな。
俺は事実を言ったまでですよ。もっとも部外者が口を出す問題ではないが、しかしブラウン管工房がバイトを募集していたとはな。この暇さではその必要性を全く感じないのだが。
ああ、それは私が電話で無理って頼んだんです。
And the girl looks a little embarrassed.
最初は断られたんだけどさ、店長さんにどうしてもお願いしますって。
You know, call me, maybe not paranoid. I'm just trying to predict some conspiracy right over here. What if this girl is trying to, like, get the job right over here, like, close to Rintaro so that she could spy on him? Because she senses that Rintaro is going to be important in this time-traveling story. I wonder. That's honestly surprising.
今時珍しい若者がいたもんだよな。ま、そこの椅子に座んな、お嬢ちゃん。
Wait, what the fuck am I doing? Why is it that I'm the one who is first looking for conspiracies? Like, before Rintaro himself? My god, I think I went down a rabbit hole with Higurashi. Jesus Christ, I think I need to stop at some point.
失礼します。
I really need to take a break. Looks like they're going to have a formal interview. I was going to leave, but since Mr. Braun hasn't kicked me out, I'll stick around a bit longer. The girl's expression is stiff. I guess she's nervous. Just because of a part-time job interview? In contrast to how she said she wouldn't take no for an answer, she doesn't seem so enthusiastic.
で、名前は何だって？
アマネ鈴葉です。
年は？
18。
Same as me?
学生？
ううん。
She shakes her head.
なんでうちで働きたいんだ？
ブラウン管が好きだから。
採用、明日から来い。
Okay.
それでいいのか？というかこれはコントか？もしかして仕込みか？
ありがとう、店長さん。
I mean, how difficult of an interview would you need to go through for a job like... I mean, not to undermine Mr. Braun's honest work, honest job right over here. But it's not like you're gonna be asked programming stuff. Finally, Amane Suzuha seems to relax. Then she looks at me.
ところでさ、君は誰？
俺のな、聞きたいというのか。いや、やめておけ。それを知ることで、お前にも最悪が降りかかるかもしれん。これまでも多くの人が俺の名を知ったことで機関に狙われた。アメリカのサラ、イタリアのクラウディア、フランスのシモーヌ。これ以上誰かを危険な目に遭わせるわけには。
おい、アホな妄想してんじゃねえよ。
Stop scaring my potential employees. He just doesn't understand my pain.
このバカ男は2階に曲がりしてる岡部倫太郎ってんだ。
岡部ではない。俺は法院。
うるせえ。家賃さらに1000円上乗せするぞ。
岡部倫太郎だ。
He's like, sit down! The girl stands up, places her hand on my shoulder, and looks at me with a serious expression. Oh.
君を狙ってるその機関ってのが何なのかわかんないけど、もし困ってんなら私に相談して。岡部倫太郎、そういうの慣れてるからさ。
は
No. Amane, you don't understand. This guy, I've only spent like one day with this guy, and he can be a little bit too much, even for me.
場合によっては手段を選ばず痛めつけてやることも可能だし。
Oh, fuck. She surely is gonna be a victim of Rintaro... Oh, excuse me. Oh, Inkyuma's master plan to overthrow the organization.
Mr. Brown、彼女は採用しない方がいいと思う。
ああ、物騒だな。騒ぎ起こしたらクビにするからな。そもそもその機関なんたらは岡部の創作だから本気にすんな。
Lord knows this guy doesn't need like 2 chunibios.
創作？
せいぜいそう思ってるがいいさ。
But someday, the world will kneel before me. And then, Amane Suzuha stares straight at me again. Maybe she has a habit of looking people in the eye.
そういうのが流行ってんだ。勉強になったよ。
Trent? I don't think so. Alright.
That's it.
We got mail. Alright, let's see. Oh, this one is from Lukako. Are you really okay with yesterday's exorcism? Oh, this is the next day. Okay. I feel like a more traditional ceremony would have been better. I'm worried something might happen to you because my exorcism wasn't strong enough. It bothers me so much. I can't sleep at night. P.S. Because of that, I couldn't do more than 3 practice swings with Samitare. Ow. He wasn't bad, just a little clumsy. You're a servant of the gods. You need to project dignity and confidence. Work on it. What would a traditional ceremony entail? I need details. Don't tell me it's an ancient forbidden secret. Don't worry. Thanks to your exorcism, my right arm has been quiet for a while. Still, there is no telling what could set it off. If I'm forced to do battle again, let's just pray that the organization's asses don't find me. I swear, like the way that the paragraphs are formatted in this way on the small phone is gonna be the end of me one day. What would I be interested in replying to the most? Because I'm pretty curious about the ceremony and all that. Yeah, I'm interested in this. I was at the University all morning. As I returned to Akiba, the heat is now becoming unbearable. I grabbed an iced coffee at the bakery inside Yodobashi to quench my thirst. Nothing better to battle demons and the assassins from the organization than a good old iced coffee. Mocha. While I'm at it, I guess I'll check Add Channel on my phone. I mostly frequent the occult board, the future technology board, and sometimes the physics board. Can we actually do that ourselves? Like, there's an E for the internet there. Actually, you know what? Let's change wallpapers. And you know what? Let me change it to that. Another achievement. There you go. I searched for threads on the mass disappearance phenomenon or Makise stabbing, but turned up nothing. So, were those hallucinations after all? When I peek at the occult board, I find posts in multiple threads from someone claiming to be John Tyler. Oh wait, are you saying that those are like recent threads? I feel like in like the first episode, the name John Titor was mentioned at some point. Something about how he came from the future, told about time traveling, and then he disappeared after a while. Wasn't it that? Wait, John Titor is back? Yeah, that's what I was questioning. Also, I've been told by people that it is actually like a real life person too. I'm kind of hesitant on searching about the person, but it might be a spoiler. John Titor appeared on an American BBS 10 years ago, claiming to be a time traveler. He claimed to have traveled from the year 2036 in order to obtain an old computer, the IBM 5100. His claims started quite a storm among the BBS denizens. Okay. Let's see. An American computer company. Not only do they develop and sell hardware and software, they also offer service and consultation to enterprises. In recent years, they have made the latter their main focus. IBM invented floppy disks and hard disk drivers. I was not a kid of the floppy disk era, but I was definitely a kid of the disk. Like, what was it called again? Hard disk drives. Titor, or Titor, I think I can call him Titor, also made several accurate, if fragmentary, predictions of future events. The start of the Iraq War and the spread of Creutzfeldt-Jakob disease, for example. Another name for bovine spongiform encephalopathy. Encephalopathy, BSC, commonly known as mad cow disease. I've heard of that before, but only used in the case of human infection. Early symptoms include memory loss, abnormal movements, personality changes, dementia, and muscle stiffness. In severe cases, the patient may waste away for 1 to 2 years before dying of respiratory paralysis or complications. To prove he was from the future, he explained the principles behind his time machine and provided pictures of its operational manual. But after about 4 months, he disappeared without ever revealing his identity. At one point, his predictions gained popularity even in Japan. Yes, he certainly did get some things right. But on the other hand, he missed several others. Some of his posts contradicted each other too. That's why, to this day, most people doubt his authenticity as a time traveler. You know, if we're talking about a person who would predict everything instead of some of this stuff, it would be in favor of Makise mentality of how, like, when you time travel, like everything is fixed and all that, you cannot change much. So in that sense, if somebody were to time travel back in time and predict some stuff, all those predictions would be wrong. Well, would be right, sorry. Would be right. But if we're talking about somebody who predicted some stuff right, but also some stuff wrong, it doesn't necessarily mean that we can deny that he was a time traveler in the first place. It's just that maybe he traveled back in time to a time where some things are not going to be the same as in his future. Some things are going to happen, but some things may change. Again, like many worlds interpretation, like parallel universes where some things are going to change depending on the situation. So after 10 years of silence, that same John Titor is now on the Japanese BBS. I mean, granted, there's also the possibility that we're talking about a nutcase right over here who tried to pretend to be like a time traveler, predicting some stuff, but not because he was a time traveler, but because he saw the logical future of some events that are gonna happen based on current events, like, you know, like how much the oil resources are gonna decline in the next years and all that. You look at statistics, that sort of stuff. I'm just offering like an example right over here. I'm not gonna pretend that I'm the best at that kind of stuff, but you can predict some stuff by looking at statistics and say, oh, this is gonna happen. I know this because I'm a time traveler, but it's logical stuff. So I don't know. Is John Titor a time traveler? Ridiculous. It's obviously a troll. Oh my god, I cannot believe that we're reading a tip on trolling. On the internet, the post, controversial opinions or false information for the purpose of provoking a reaction. Early internet days. First of all, John Titor is American. Yet now he's posting on ad channel in Japanese? Let's take a look at his post. Let's see. Tip. Okay, I'm gonna read that tip after. I don't expect you to believe that I came from the year 2036. I see that everyone would like to know more about my time machine. Wait, this is recent. Time travel technology was developed by CERN. They completed the first time machine in 2044. Time traveler, lol. John Titor, lol. Kick. More details on the time machine. Do they sell time machines? How much do they cost? I got about 100 million yen saved. Can you send me one? I mean, might as well shoot your shot, I guess. Yeah, like, what the hell is this? Dystopia. CERN has a monopoly on time machines. Not even the most powerful nations on Earth can acquire one, to say nothing of private citizens. CERN used their time machine for power. By 2036, the world has become a dystopia. There is no war, no conflict. However, that is a false peace founded on the complete eradication of liberty. What does law mean? Oh, Jesus. The future is so different that the concept of law doesn't even exist anymore. Why did it come to this time? Was the Akiba satellite crash you're doing? Wait guys, Titor-san doesn't understand ad channel lingo. Let's keep it simple, okay? If you know what I mean. Get a trip code, asshole. I came here to change my present. In other words, your future. My mission is to destroy CERN's dystopia and restore freedom to the world. This is a wonderful time you're living in. Everyone is free. But you will lose it all in just 20 short years! It is vitally important that you understand what the future has in store. What is a trip code? I might get one if you tell me what it is.